Michelle Visage, and you're watching Jamar84's YouTube channel. You better work.
Yes. What's going on YouTube?
Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is boy, Jamar84 here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar84 here once again. Welcome queens one and all. We are here for yet another lap for Rupaul's Drag Race Season 8. We waited so long for this season to finally arrive, and I'm so excited that it is finally here and the game has begun. Oh gosh, this is the 100th episode, y'all. 100 episodes, 100 lip syncs, 100 eliminations, and also it crosses between 100 queens at the same time. So that's just really interesting how that works. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the when I did the review of the cast, was that I guess this is the reason why there's only 12 queens, because I feel like he probably would have added, you know, an additional one or two. No, hold on. We ain't doing this today. We're not doing this today with you, dogs. Give me this. But those of y'all that don't know, I have a Shih Tzu that likes to play with his squeaky toy whenever I turn my camera on, and we're not gonna have it today. Shit. So anyway, and through my whole thought process, he would have had like 2 or 3 additional queens if you know, it wasn't going to be 100, because if he put 2 additional people, it would have 102, and it would have kind of fucked up the whole chemistry. So I think that's why there's only been 12 queens. Now hopefully there's like an episode where there's like a, you know, a queen comes back maybe, or a queen just doesn't get eliminated, because if there's only 12 queens, then that kind of cuts down on the number of actual episodes, and I want, you know, I want more episodes than more queens. So if you can muster that, RuPaul, I'd appreciate it. But let's get into the way that these bitches came into the workroom, okay? And I guess my favorites entrances thus far are just entrances that we want to talk about. So the very first person was Naomi Smalls, and I believe in an interview that I saw on her local logo TV. See, he done went to one thing and got another shit. He just determined to get in my video today. If y'all hear that, he's chewing on a goddamn empty water bottle. But anyways, Naomi Smalls walks in, and Naomi, she said in the interview on local TV that without heels, the bitch is already 6'4". I'm like, bitch, you were fucking Amazon for real. And then, like Violet Chachki and like how everybody else has been talking about her since these previews started, that the bitches has the heel and then here are her toes. But you know what? The struggle is real, because it is, most men wear like that are in that age group wear between a 12 to 14 size shoe, you know, comfortably. And most women's shoes are sold, they're not custom made, size 11 at the best. So I'm not really surprised that he has shoes where his toes are hanging. So, but yeah, so after Naomi comes in, I'm not going to go in all of them in order, but just some of the people that I liked. I liked Naomi. She did actually come in. I loved her wig. Next we got Miss Cynthia Lee Fontaine, who is still one of my favorites. I love her. She, you know, she has this energy about her that makes her very, very appealing. And she done walked in and gave her whole tagline, "Hola mis amores, do you want to see my cuckoo?" I was like, you so silly, bitch. And she's like, you know, I do beauty queen. I like to be campy sometimes, and this, that, and the fourth. I'm just like, oh, okay, girl. He was like, sometimes, bitch, you campy all day, every day, right now. So, other honorable mentions for the entrances, of course, was Acid Betty with the whole, I'm not even sure what what the inspiration, what that mask was. It was giving me kind of like X-Men. And her whole color, blown hair, makeup of the rainbow type thing going on. I'm just like, all right, I like how Acid Betty's style is really abstract and kind of undefined. But as I remember watching like sneak peeks of the episode, I just can't help but feel a little somewhat of a way towards her. For some reason she's rubbing me the wrong way. I can't explain why exactly, but I'll just take her for what it is for right now. But we'll just have to see where that shit goes. Next is Kimchi. Kimchi probably had one of my favorite entrances. She walked in like she was in somebody's anime character. And she said, "I'm here to chop suey the competition." I'm like, aw, Kimchi is adorable. Kimchi is precious. But that bitch can beat a mug, man. God damn. Who else entrances was relatively memorable? I didn't understand what Chi-Chi said when she walked in. It was something in French. Can somebody please translate? Is it, does anybody from Shreveport or the New Orleans area know anything about what Chi-Chi said? Because I was lost. And she came in trash bag. Now, I feel like Chi-Chi's outfit may have worked better for her if the trash bag was wait, is that a different color? I was about to say white, but then I'm like, then she looked like a giant Glad bag. So I don't know. I feel like if she maybe colored it a different color, kind of like how Alaska's wasn't really like the black trash bag or the white trash bag. It was kind of like a green. And I don't know if she tinted it, sprayed it or whatever. But having some kind of, if she took a white trash bag and maybe added like some color in it, I think it would have looked really, really good. Because with her already being African American queen and putting on a black trash bag, it kind of nulls everything. So that it's not really like something that stands out or is appealing. Or maybe she had a different color wig. Some kind of shot of color somewhere to kind of, accentuate something. Everything was just kind of the same, and it kind of it didn't visually come off well. But I think she's really nice. I think she's really cool. I've seen her do some flips and back flips and splits and shit. I'm gonna say, okay, so you're the Kennedy Davenport of the season, then. That's what I'm getting right here. Is there anything else I want to say about the entrances? Of course, when Derek came in, she looked just like straight off of Britney Spears, 2002. And she was the official 100th queen to walk through the workroom. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else as far as the entrances go. So they get to their first, I guess, a mini challenge. And it's where all the queens take pictures with the champions, sans Bianca Del Rio, and they tried it with that circus clown. They are supposed to take their photo with the winners, right? And so everybody, when they walk in, they're so excited. They're just like, "Oh my God, I love you," and this, that, and the fourth. They're very excited. And then we get to certain people who took the opportunity and made memorable impressions with Acid Betty for once. She kind of stepped in and she was doing a pose similar to this, where her hands were up in the air as this. And then her right hand, I believe, was blocking BB. And BB kindly was like, bitch, move that out the way. You blocking the original America's Next Drag Superstar, bitch. And then Acid in her confessional was talking about how to take a picture with these wannabe drag queens. Acid, I don't know if you realize what show you just auditioned for, but if you look around, these are all the bitches that you inspire to be. So try to call them wannabe drag queens, and they've won a show that you've auditioned for that same title. Kind of makes it like, bitch, what? I tell you, like, Acid Betty is amazing in her looks, but something about her is just rubbing me all types of the wrong way. But I'm a wait. But right now, I'm just like, bitch, I think my favorite from the pictures was Naomi and Derek Barry. Derek Barry brought out the chair and was looking straight again. Britney Spears 2002, so she did really well. And here we got Robbie Turner. Robbie Turner is another one like Acid. Oh, excuse me, like Acid Betty, where I'm just kind of like, okay, bitch, you have all this smart shit to say, but are you gonna be able to back that shit up? Because you can't be sitting there talking shit. When she walked in, I think because she had like a robe, some long pink robe and shit, trying to give that vintage 1940s, 50s housewife look, I guess. But when she was trying to pose, Sharon Needles was like, your sleeve is in my light, honey. And she was like, oh, well, maybe you should move. Sharon was like, did this bitch this bitch just try me? And she in her confessional talk about, this is the season 8 winner, season 4 winner, bitch. Now when we get to your runway and the rest of the fuckery that you pulled off later on this episode, I don't think you nor anybody else is gonna believe that you're gonna be the winner of this season. I mean, of course, things may change, but I just don't see it. I just don't see how people would even like you enough for you to be a winner, bitch. Unless you're gonna come up with a damn good side story, it ain't happening. So that was the little mini challenge. I was like, okay, that's cute. They're really pulling out all the stops for this 100th episode. So when they get to the presentation of their main challenge, here we go. We get like all the past people from this season, like Latrice, Raven, Morgan McMichaels, of course all the winners like Tyra, Violet, BB. We got Chanel, and the challenge was for each queen to pull off a design challenge from the previous season. Like if you remember from season 4 when they had the boats, the Hello Kitty Couture challenge from last season, the glitter ball from, I think, was that season 5? I can't remember. But they had all those different, iconic challenges from the past season that each queen was assigned. Now, Robbie Turner, again, was assigned given the task to hand out each queen's, design task. And so she's like, oh, okay. So she starts picking, okay, this one go with that one, this one go with that one, this one go with that one. And then RuPaul, and at the end, she was like, okay, so you're taking the, I forget what the name of the challenge was, where it was something to do with the doggy daycare or something like that. Something, canine related to. And she was like, oh shit, I was so busy picking everybody else, I forgot to pick one for myself. I'm like, bitch, how did you forget your damn self? How you gonna be looking at everybody else and then just forget about yourself? See? Nah, you fuck it up already. But let me make sure I don't miss anything in my little note. Actually, let me put it here so the bitch can see. Oh wait, See, I have really bad lighting today because it's horrible weather out here in Houston today, y'all. But we're gonna work with what we got. So Derek is having very creative issues with his outfit because he was given like the Christmas theme. I believe they did that in season 3. And she's trying to put together an outfit, and she says she doesn't really know what to do with certain things. She is trying to make this top, but she doesn't know where to go with it. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't. It seemed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it seemed like her theme should have been one of the easier ones. Because I mean, Christmas, you can do a lot with Christmas, or just that type of fabric and those types of looks. So it seemed like, and the fact that we've seen her pull off a lot of great things in just past pictures and videos, I'm like, really, you couldn't come up with? Does Derek sew? Does Derek make his own shit? I think, does he buy his own shit? I'm not sure. I can't remember if they specified that or not, but it just was kind of odd that he just was already panicking, because I think everybody in the workroom on the first day of any RuPaul's Drag Race season does not want to be the first bitch gone, because it just kind of makes you feel like you're invalidated. It just makes you feel like I didn't belong here in the first place. A lot of those thoughts go through a person's mind, because they just don't want to be that first bitch gone. They want to have the proper representation and all that good stuff. So I think that had to played a part in Derek's whole meltdown. But we get to the I don't want to say the sob stories, but we get to the personal stuff really right off the bat with Miss Kim Chi, where she basically said that her family is not aware that she does drag, and I'm like, that's interesting considering Kim Chi is a very popular queen. So, I mean, I don't know if his family lives here in America or if they're still in his native country of Korea. But if any of them have access to social media, I'm sure, they probably should have figured something out by now. I mean, I'm sure they know now because of the show. But he said that he would show his family looks that he would be in drag, but they would think that he's just a makeup artist and that's just a makeup job that he did. So I'm just like, oh wow. And I mean, Korean or just any Asian cultures usually are very strict. They're very set on traditional values. So something like drag, which is such a left field, out there, anti-norm, punk rock type thing to do, really doesn't mesh well with the traditional sense of what the Asian culture is known to be. So I'm not surprised that he's just not out there telling his family that, hey, I do this, that, and the fourth. I kind of understand it because he feels like he's disappointed his mother already, I guess, by maybe being gay and being in the makeup as it is. So she's probably maybe not his biggest fan in that aspect. So I guess that's why he's resilient to share about his drag. Which, I mean, bitch, a lot of people were saying on Twitter, like, if Kim Chi was my daughter, bitch, that would be everything. I would love to have a daughter as creatively talented as Kim Chi. Like, that girl just be pulling shit out. I'm like, how did you even think that? How did you even visualize that in your head? Like, so those are the kind of people that I like, who really think so far out the box that whatever they come up with, you couldn't even imagine. So I love her creativity. Kim Chi, hold your head up high, bitch, because we all love you. So they're getting their dresses ready, and Chi-Chi has an interesting conversation with Naisha about pageants, and she said that she hates pageants, she doesn't really like them and whatnot. I believe she said she competed in a couple and she hates them. And then she was like, you hate them because you didn't win, didn't you? And Chi-Chi was like, sure did. and I mean, not every queen is built for the pageant world, because I can just imagine from what I've seen from the queens that we've seen that come from the pageant world, they're just they don't enjoy drag like I would enjoy drag. Like, it's supposed to be something fun, it's supposed to be an outlet of expression and creation, and not just this, competition where I need to win and I need to kill everybody else and, tear everybody down for me to get there. It's like, loosen up. I really appreciated like Thorgy's approach to drag, where it should be just fun. Play this character, do it up, like, But so I get it, but I mean, at the same time, a lot of people said the pageants, create professionalism and prepare you to answer certain questions and how to answer certain questions to appeal to a panel of judges. I get that. But at the same time, don't lose that appeal, that the whole basis of what drag is supposed to be for a person. That's all I'm saying. But I think that was a very nice exchange, kind of like both sides of the fence on feeling about pageants. But as they go through their outfits, putting on their final outfits, and Chi-Chi's outfit rips at the last second. And so she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in panic mode. They're trying to fix it. They're saying that this piece isn't stitching with this piece. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Y'all know I do like Chi-Chi. I've grown to like Chi-Chi. I think she's funny. I think she's a really genuine, sweet person. And I was like, I really would hate for her to go home first. I really, really would. I'm so scared for her now. So they built that up. They all ran the runway. And, oh, okay. So about these runway looks. Of course, Kim Chi slayed it. There was no question about that. Acid Betty and her money thing, that was really cute. I liked the upper half than I liked the bottom. Excuse me. But overall, it was still very nice. Let's see. Naomi, po baby. Naomi in that damn boat. I thought those boats were light. They made it look light in season 4, but she was talking about that thing was hardly like 50 pounds or something like that, where she could hardly lift that thing up on her shoulders. And you know she tiny, so her shoulders was probably sore as shit carrying that big ass thing around. And she was feeling some type of way because the boat covered her most valuable asset of her drag, which is her legs. So when she finally stepped out, it was like, oh, okay, I feel, like I can give what I give. And it was nice. It was still like a very, I don't want to call it basic, but it was a very simple outfit. We get into the whole basic versus simple and untucked. But yeah, it was a very simplistic outfit. And Naomi isn't really a queen for tits. Like, she just doesn't. And I mean, I get it. It works for her because she has that body frame where, like those supermodels who are like negative A cups. So it kind of, makes sense. But her hair was nice and really straight. I wonder what color contacts she used because it looks really, really good on her. I think they're gray. Let's see, who else had a nice look? Robbie Turner came out in a very hog body box type thing with her dog, and she was carrying the shit. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I liked her hair, but just the whole rest of the outfit with the fringe, it wasn't the worst, but it sure as hell was not that great. But the worst, po baby, is Miss Naysha Lopez. Now, Miss Naysha Lopez said in the confessional that she does not sew, and all her outfits are bought, custom made, for her. So she spends money buying her drag instead of creating it herself. So she didn't really know how to kind of put together this. Like she said, the outfit that she came up with was the first outfit that she ever just made for herself. And I was just like, ooh. I mean, she had the drag on a dime, so she may just have gotten the shit end of the stick, but I've seen people turn that bitch out. So I guess it just all depends on the person's individual creativity and whatnot. But her face was gorgeous. Hair's laid. But just the outfit was shit. And I was just like, oh yeah. She's going down. She's going down. Oh gosh. And then we get to the lip sync. Oh, this lip sync. Layla McQueen and Naysha Lopez are put in the bottom 2. Now, Layla, I really don't feel like she belonged in the bottom 2. Like, I mean, she got the post-apocalyptic. Yeah, that's it. Post-apocalyptic couture, where Sharon Needles slayed that challenge. That is still one of my most favorite runways of all RuPaul's Drag Race history. When she literally walked out looking like a combination of I Am Legend and The Walking Dead. It was everything. And I guess because I feel like that would actually be up Layla's alley, because Layla has that dark, gothy-ish type look that Sharon Needles, that aesthetic that Sharon Needles has. So I'm like, okay, I see her going somewhere with this. And I thought it was cute. She said she made the jacket. The shoulder had like a burned, ashy type look that was giving like a hint of Death Becomes Her. I thought it was really nice, especially since the fact that she made it. But they hated the fact that she had, I guess her bottom half was basic. She had the thigh-high boots with the fishnet. I'm like, I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought it fit. She had the red hair with the red contacts. And I'm just like, y'all got Robbie Turner over here looking like SpongeBob. But y'all gonna get Layla McQueen in the bottom 2? I guess. But either way it goes, Miss Layla, I wasn't sure about her. I told y'all, if y'all remember, I don't know if I said it in the cast video or not, but I thought that Layla was gonna be the first one to go out just because of how they were showing her. They didn't really, show much of her. And a lot of people didn't really know much about her. So I'm just like, well, maybe this is the first bitch to go home. And when she was in the bottom 2, I'm like, but you know what? I remember. See, this is why the trailer gives a lot of stuff away. Because if I think somebody's going to be in the bottom 2, or if they end up in the bottom 2, but I know I've seen them wear another runway outfit in the trailer, that's how I know she's safe. Because I know she had at least that one other outfit in the trailer, which is the only time you really see her in the trailer. So I was like, oh, well, that was confirmation before the lip sync even began that Naysha was the first one to go home, because we didn't see any of Naysha's runways actually, and we've seen at least one other one of Layla, so that's how I already knew. So this lip sync begins, and they're doing it to Lady Gaga's applause. Layla turned it. Layla was doing shit. I was like, okay, bitch. All right. She was spinning, landing on, and jumping, landing, twirling on over the floor. And then, oh boy, poor Naysha. Why was Naysha up here directing traffic in the intersection or flagging down the plane? I'm like, Naysha, I've seen you do better than this shit. And Lady Gaga is like one of the gay icons of our generation. Now, mind you, he said in like the little what's your packing that they do on Logo that he's a big, Madonna fan. So I guess he may not be he may not care for Lady Gaga that much. But still, bitch, it's just the fact that the energy of the song is just you could do a lot with it. And Layla turned it. And I was just surprised that Naysha just kind of did, like, what the fuck? I think she kind of defeated herself before they even started. I feel like she wasn't in the best headspace as they showed in Untucked, and po baby, it was like, well, it has to be somebody. Somebody has to go. And I didn't like her in the beginning, so I wasn't really hurt by it. I mean, I grew to like her a little bit more from the episode and the Untucked, but her Beat the Queens turned me off so bad to her. I was like, bye, bitch. Good fucking bye. But, I think people will still remember you. Of course, Cynthia was, upset because that's her little Puerto Rican sister that's gone, but somebody had to go, and it really should have been Robbie Turner. But they know they're going to keep Robbie around for cackles and giggles until they can't use her no more, and then she'll be eliminated. So that was the episode. And then we get to Untucked, where, the people who were safe, like Bob, Cynthia, Chi-Chi, who else was with him? I can't remember. Bob, Cynthia, and Chi-Chi were the only people I remember. Who else was out there sitting on that couch? Kimchi. Yes. No, Kimchi wasn't there yet. I can't remember. I can't remember who else was out there. That's a shame, isn't it? No, Thorgy was out there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thorgy was out there with him too. And, they was talking about who they think the top two is, and they narrowed it down to Acid Betty and Kimchi. So that was pretty much dead on. And then they were trying to think, well, who is the bottom? And there's like Robbie, and probably Naysha because she hadn't sewn the shows or sewn her own outfit. And I was just like, girl, they were right, because shit, she just kind of did a very basic look in comparison to all the other girls who turned it out. Hell, even Chi-Chi, whose outfit ripped open, she still made it work with what she had and looked better than Robbie Turner. So I just was so sure that he was going to put Robbie in the bottom too and not Layla. I mean, I guess because Robbie had a better picture. I guess her picture from the mini challenge pushed her over, but whatever. Whatever, I guess. But I like how unpredictable Drag Race can be. As I mentioned before, it's so exciting. It's very, very exciting. So in Untucked, they're doing this whole, they said, well, since we didn't get to get judged on the runway, let's do a quick run of each other's look and just talk about it. And Bob came in with this purse. Purse first, bitch. And she made this whole little housewife costume out of the not shower curtains. Just regular curtains. I don't know what name my mind was trying to come up with. But it looked really, really nice. And so let's get into the drama. We also learned that Cynthia got a butt implants. It's just she has to massage it once a week to, so it doesn't get lumpy. I'm like, oh Lord. So her cuckoo is not real, but that's okay. We still love you anyway. Derek and them come in. Everybody else comes in. They found out that Kimchi won the challenge. Okay, congratulations to Kimchi. Now, Derek talks about how people were saying that her outfit was simple or basic or whatnot, and then she started to redirect that because it was her and Bob having the exchange, and they were talking about Naomi, and she was saying, how, they're trying to say, oh, I'm simplistic, I'm this, I'm that, but you have a bitch that just came out in a basic gold dress, and Naomi was like, well, bitch, I'm used to people talking about me and this, other, fourth, and Bob was trying to come to Naomi's defense and be like, I mean, yours is simple. Like, you can't just try to pass it off like somehow yours is so much more complex than Naomi's when you have the same shit. And she said in her confessional, like, when she noticed that when Derek has an insecurity about his look, he's going to pass that insecurity off to somebody else. And I'm just like, we can already see Derek is going to be the annoying one, the villain, the crybaby of the season. But then again, that was Violet last season, and then she won. But then Violet gave a sickening look every single time. And I just don't see that working. I don't see that same kind of effect happening with Derek Barry. So we'll see. We'll see. But that was the first episode of Season 8 of Drag Race. I'm so excited. Next week, they're doing I guess it's like a singing and dancing challenge. So I'm excited to see that. I wanted to see, because, Chi-Chi said that she was supposed to excel at this challenge. So we're going to see how Chi-Chi does. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in Drag Race, make sure you guys follow all of the recaps. I'll be here every week to discuss the episode along with Untucked. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.